Yeousch!
What is up, YouTube? It's Ubu the Tech Guru coming straight at ya. Today I'm bringing you a long-awaited video that many of you have been wanting to see, and that would be the crash site and spears capture locations. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the maps, and for each of the crash site locations and spears that have a unique capture spot, I will identify the spot showing you in the video, and hopefully you guys can learn a few things about holding crash sites and spears from certain locations. Now crash sites, as you can see here, they're identified, their perimeter are identified by this white line. So as long as you're within the white line, you are going to be holding the site. On the screen now I have the crash site and spear locations for the airport map overview image, and you can see where each of the crash site locations are and where the spear locations are. And some of the maps share a crash site and a spear location on the map. Back to this crash site location, some of the spots that you can hold the crash site from that might not be known would be right up here on the corner of this edge, which is good for when people are spawning over in that direction. You can catch them before they even get close to the crash site, or when they're spawning over on the other side of the airplane, you can catch them as they're coming over the airplane. That crash site's already gone. So I'm trying to think if there was any other spots that would be, hiding in the bushes here in cloak, is advantageous as well. Hiding up in here, on the edge, you're also within the crash site zone, and that's about it for the first crash site location, and any unique spots and advantages of holding it from certain locations. One thing I'd like to note about holding crash sites when you're in cloak, it's not the best idea because it's easy to get naded and die. So here is another crash site location, and some of the spots that are good to hold the crash site from, are going to be, as again, you can see the white circle here, and notice in the right corner, you can tell when I'm holding the crash site and when I'm not. Right now, I'm not holding it. If I move a tiny bit, see how the symbol popped up on the upper right corner below my below the meter up there? So right now I'm holding the site. Another good spot, and this is good for when people are coming from up above, from there, and then when you come around this other side, you're holding it now as well for people to come through that door or up above, or even up above right there. Another good spot to prevent from getting air stomped is over here. The white circle, went around here, and also you can hold it from up above on top of this shelf as well. So now moving on to the next crash site location. And then another tip is, if you're not sure where the crash site's going to fall next, because it is random, just look up in the air and you'll be able to see the crash site plane flying around, and it's going to be, you'll see where it's flying on the map. So here you can see, the white perimeter goes over here into the bushes. You can even catch it from, up here on the ledge, just if you're just barely at the outer edge of the limit. Let's see here if it works. Yep, see how it just popped up? So this is good for when people are spawning over there and coming from that direction. It's good to keep an eye on the top of the plane because people oftentimes come and air stomp. And you can also capture this crash site location from this corner of this ledge, which is good for preventing people from coming from that spawn over there, and also from air stomps from coming off the plane. Something to note though is that sometimes air stomps can kill you even though you're a level above. So I don't know why, it's really inconsistent, but if someone air stomps off that ledge, don't just let them air stomp and land. Try to kill them and shoot them out of the air. It's another good spot is holding it from right over here, because people will come from that way. You can catch people coming through the tube, the tunnel, and you know, you can hold it from right here if you want to be in like a cloaked type position or cloaked out. But another thing, like I said earlier, it's not the best holding the crash site cloaked just because of nades, and it's so easy to die when you're in cloak. So this crash site's ending here. Let's move on to the next crash site. So as I said, if you're not sure where the crash site's going to be coming, just look up in the sky. That's the VTOL, that's not it. So I'm looking in the sky, I'm trying to find the crash site plane. There it is right there. So it's going to drop down where the B spear is normally, I believe. Yep. And sure enough. So capturing this crash site, there's a few unique spots. I don't believe you can capture it from behind the boxes here. Nope, see, it doesn't show the little symbol on my screen. You can't go underneath in the parking garage. You can go in this corner right here, and it'll show up. And then you can't capture it from up here on the ledge, or let's see. Yeah, actually I am. So right now you can see the symbol. I'm capturing it from the ledge, you know, which is good to prevent from air stomps, because this is a map that people will come flying out of this spot and flying, you know, off this top ledge and try to air stomp people that are down below. So this one's pretty wide open, so there's not really too many hiding spots for crash site locations at this location here, this crash site location. I better get out of the crash site here. The game's gonna end. If I get to 200, the game will end. So there's two more crash site locations. One is, it should be coming up here. One is right here, and then the other one is, or no, that, yeah, and then the other one is over here, on the other side of this terminal. It's right here. And so you can see here, there's the crash site plane coming in. You don't ever want to be directly where the crash site lands, because it'll kill you. Sometimes even if you're in the vicinity, it'll kill you. So this one, you can cap from on top of these boxes, which I like to do. You can cap from underneath here, which is another good spot because you can see people coming from underneath. But the best way that I like to do it is jumping up and down from this box on the terminal, because you can see people coming from that spawn. You can see people coming from the other spawn over there. And, you know, as long as you have a teammate down there, they'll be capping it, and you can provide some really good cover from up here on top of the terminal. So, I got off the crash site because I'm at 195 points. So this is going to be kind of tricky here to get in this last crash spot, or crash site location, and not have the game end. So, you know, that's about it for the locations and, you know, tricky spots of capturing that crash site. Let's just go over to where the next crash site's going to be, and then that'll pretty much wrap up the airport map with crash site locations. So the next crash site should be right here. And again, if you're not sure where it's going to land, you just come out, you know, in an open area, probably cloaked, whatever, and just look up in the sky. And you can see it come into the map and trace its path. The announcer or whatever, the guy actually tells you that, you know, crash site is coming in, trace its path, you know, whatever. So you can see it's going to drop right where I had said it was going to go. Alright, so this is the last capture spot for crash site locations. This is the last crash site location. And this one, again, has some good elevated spots where you can still capture the crash site and keep an eye on your the higher ground. So you can capture it, you know, you can notice I'm capturing it now. Come around the pole, you're not, but then again, if you come close to the edge, you're capturing it again. which is very helpful for watching people coming from this side here. You know, you can even capture it. Let's see if you can capture it from up here on top of the plane. It doesn't look like it, even though it looks like I'm in the white circle. See, I fell down. So, and then obviously also you can capture it from underneath these ledges, which is really good. You can watch people from coming in this door here. You know, obviously if you're underneath this ledge, you can watch this whole area. It's usually preferred, I would say, to be up above on the higher ledges, and because you can watch from the air stomps and watch, you know, these specific angles coming in at you. So that pretty much wraps it up for the crash site locations and best capture spots for the airport map. Let's take a look at the spears locations and best locations to cap the spears. Alright, so now looking at the spears locations for the airport map, those would be marked as rectangles on the overview map that should be on the screen now. You can see that there's always 3 spears per map, and sometimes the spears locations are shared with where the crash site location is. On this map, the example will be the B spear. So right when you spawn, you usually spawn on one of the spears, your home spear. And let's take a look at some of the unique capture spots for the A spear here. I usually like to cap it from up on top of this sign here. You can see that I'm capturing it, and I'm able to see if anybody's coming off of the plane to air stomp me. I can see people coming, you know, from the higher ground from that way, and so that's just my take on the best spot to capture it from. I mean, you are out in the open. You're vulnerable, but it allows you to see who's coming at you. So some of the more unique spots to capture it from might be like on the opposite side of the sign. You can see here, the people aren't going to expect you on the other side of the sign, but again, you're pretty vulnerable. You know, you can come to this outer edge here and be able to see down the airplane if somebody's coming in from the plane. And then another spot that's you're able to capture it from, I believe, is on this upper ledge, I thought. Oh, I could be wrong. Yeah, it doesn't appear like you can cap it from this upper ledge here. Nope. But I think you can cap it in this door. Yeah, so if you stay behind this little edge right here, you're able to cap it from inside here, which, you know, I don't know how advantageous that would be, but that pretty much wraps it up for the unique spots at Spear A. So let's go over and take a look at Spear B now. And like I said, Spear B is shared with the same location as a crash site location. Some of the unique spots to capture the B spear would be over here behind the boxes, which is good for preventing air stomps when people come out of that window there, or up above on this ledge. They're usually going to jump and air stomp, you know, out in the open over here. So you're over here behind the boxes, which is an advantageous point. And then you're also going to be covered up from fire from up there, from coming, you know, shooting down from you over there. You know, you have cover from people shooting from over that way. So I'd say this is the best capture spot for the B spear, in my opinion. You can also capture it from, again, I don't believe you can capture it from any of the ledges. As you can see here, it's not showing up that I'm capturing it. Underneath, let's see if we can get it from underneath in the parking garage here. I don't believe you can. Just barely. So if you go way into this corner here, you can see that I'm capturing it, and my whole left side here is covered from enemy fire, which can be advantageous. So this would be a little bit of a unique spot to capture it from. I don't think you can't jump up on top of that and cap it from in here. Nope. And down here in the corner is the same thing. You can kind of cap it, and you know, if you're cloaked out, they might not be able to see you. which can be advantageous. But you know, the other spot, I mean, you could cap it from over here, but you're out in the open. You don't have anything, you know, providing cover for you, which is why I suggested capping it behind these boxes. That's just my opinion for the B spear. So the last spear is the C spear, and that's way over here at the tail of the plane. And you know, when you spawn down here at C, you spawn, you know, right here by the C spear, so you're going to cap it. And there's not really too much unique spots about this spear, except maybe possibly in the bushes here. If you're all cloaked out, you can hide really well. And you know, if sometimes what people will do is they'll see the spears being taken and look from up above and try to spot you. And if you're cloaked out in these bushes, it's really good camouflage, and it's really tough to see you. So if you have low profile and you're cloaked, they won't be able to see you with their nanovision on even. And that's pretty much the one kind of unique capture spot. I don't believe you can capture it from up above the spear anywhere. I've tried before. So C doesn't really have any unique spots to capture it from either. You can sort of get to the outer edge here and possibly look down the tube to see if anybody's coming, but barely. You can't capture it from up above here on the tube. You have to go into the bushes a little bit in order to capture it. So that pretty much wraps it up for the airport map, the crash site, pod location capture spots, as well as the spear capture spots. Hopefully you found this video helpful. I will be doing this for every map. It's in my in-depth series, and please leave me a rating. Let me know what you thought of the video, and until next time, I will see you on the battlefield. Ubu out.